Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, people. You know what time it is, damn it. It's 1 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. So it must be time for a damn live stream. So let's do it. Don't forget, people, mygreengear.com. Just launched it the other day. All new designs there that you've never seen before, and more on the way. JerichoGreen.net. You want to see my videos and my content before anybody else? That's where you got to go. $3.99 a month will get you that, plus many other things. Venmo, GreenforGreen. Cashapp, $ Jericho Green, and the number 1. Super chats, you know how we do. I think the cherry's already been popped for today. Let's see who did that. Hope they're gentle. P.O. Box 806 Olivehurst, California 95961-9998. What is today? Wednesday? Wednesday afternoon. Let's see who got all up in that super chat first. Huh? Shall we? Let me know if you guys can hear my son and his friends in the background. We got a trampoline the other day, and then my wife decided to go online and purchase a hose that you can put around the top of the trampoline. It has perforated with little holes, and you connect it to the hose, and it sprays water on the trampoline while they jump. Temperatures like these, it's nice to have, but I was doing that before I came out here. And then right before I came in here is when they went out there to enjoy said water hose. So I don't know if they're being too loud. Let me know if you can hear them. If so, I'll lean up there and say, hey, shut up. Oh, who's a cherry popper today? Black Lake. She says, I'm popping this cherry today, and it's not going to be sweet or nice. That's all right. I'm tougher than I look. I'm not scared. Thank you very much, Black Lake. Who else? Someone else is jumping on the super chat train. David Hamas. Thank you. He said the Pleminator is here. That was very play of you. I expect that from other people, David, but not you. That's too play. That's over the top play. All right, everybody knows when you need to cut that play out. Everybody except David. Thank you very much for the twomp. Guys, come on, man. Those of you who have been here for the last few days, you know exactly what I mean by play. If you don't, the other day, Biden's pervertus, our grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. We didn't start the fire. That guy. He was giving a speech last week or the other day or something, and he said he was talking. He's like, no, I'm not trying to be play. No, the sound didn't cut off. He wasn't going to say a word and then they just cut the sound. He cut his own sound. He stopped saying it and moved on. He's like, I'm not trying to be play. Nobody wants to be play, all right? Some people are born that way. Other people, it's because of the things that happen in their life. But if you find yourself play, get some fucking help, all right? Please. Brian King be fucking. Let's play a game. No, let's not play around with that. All right? So that's the problem. Too many people out here playing around, Brian. Don't contribute to that. Contribute to that playfulness. And we can go on for days, and we probably will. Cannonballer 2020, how are you? Thank you very much for the twomp. Tell them kids to stay off. Get off my lawn, you little whippersnappers. Go down to the soda fountain. That's how it should be. Kids should be outside playing, right? I know I loved to play when I was a kid. I used to get in trouble for playing around in the wrong places. Fellas, you know how it is. You get a certain age, you start to play with yourself all the time. Oh, Amanda Mitchell. Aloha, Jericho from Las Vegas, Nevada. I remember as a kid, my parents were planning a trip to Las Vegas, and I remember hearing her talking to the travel agent, and the travel agent had a real strong Spanish accent or Mexican accent, whatever. And she was like, "Oh, you're going to enjoy your trip to Las Vegas. Hello, I'm just calling to confirm your reservations for Las Vegas." So every time I hear Las Vegas, that's what I think of. Okay, man, you guys aren't fucking around with the super chats. All right, let me speed it up. Where are we now? See somebody. There it is. Whoop. There it is. Big Eric, 1030. Thank you very much for that. 999. Appreciate it. All right, so this is it. Let's get serious. No more time for play. Okay? You go play on your own time. He said it in front of live cameras. What do you expect me to do? Oh, okay. My bad, David. Here, we'll go back. My bad. That was an underhand pitch. I missed it. Here, we'll go back. Oh, hold on. We got a new one here. We got another. John Yamas Jr. Thank you. Hey, man. Enjoying your show, man. Oh, I get it. Hey, man. Enjoying your show, man. It's a vibe, man. Ooh, being a woman is a vibe. Yeah, you thought it was about your vagina and your tits. Being a woman is a vibe. Ooh. That's what Macy Gray said. Macy Gray said being a woman is a vibe. Hey, Diesel, don't get the Americans started. All right, they're already riled up enough. Matthew Frank Miko, Louisiana, in the house. Here we go, David. How about this one? The Pleminator is here. I'm here. Kill me. There you go. There you go. Guys, a lot of shit to get into. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Ron, Hogan 230, Devlin McBain, Hadouken, none of your business. That's right. Oh yeah. Mic placement. So it's all about. Brian King B. Falcon says Biden is a vibe. Ooh yeah, being Biden is a vibe. Hey, where am I? Who are you? What are we talking about here? I smell young ones. Stop! You guys stop me when I'm not telling the truth anymore. You mean to tell me he doesn't sound like that? For him, when he walks by an elementary school, it's like when you walk by a bakery. And you smelling fresh baked goods? Same thing to him. Rick Zweig, don't play with yourself, man. You're too old for that. Don't do that. That's how it is, man. It's like walking by a bakery, like, he's like, no, 7. Ooh, 7.5. So I'm just telling the truth, guys. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't play with that. Don't play around like that. Get some tissue, Brian King B. Falcon. Don't crying out public like that, man. Get it together. So what the hell are we going to be talking about today? Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. You saw the picture. Shout out to my man at Dumbass Photoshop on Instagram. Dude is hilarious with his shit. It's not all political. Sometimes it's just like off his head shit, but it's hilarious. But that's where I got that picture from. And I feel like that's what Biden really looks like. If you wipe away all the makeup they put on him and the plastic surgery, that's his face. And I'm calling him the Sandman because he went over to the Middle East. He left on his trip, guys. He landed in Israel today. And no bullshit. As soon as he stepped off the plane, he was embarrassing us. He was still on the red carpet from getting off the plane. He just got there. He got to the bottom of the accommodation ladder, and as soon as his foot hit Israeli soil, he started embarrassing us. Talk about that. He don't waste no time. I'll give him that, Joseph. I need to start being nicer to you because you're a feeble old man. It's not your fault. Everything's not firing off like it used to. But I'll give you this, buddy. You don't waste any time at all. You don't play around when it comes to wasting time. You don't do it. Soon as he stepped off the plane, he started embarrassing us. We'll get to it. Damn it. California will not be out-stupideded. I'm not kidding. Gavin Newsom just signed AB 1594 into law. Shout out to my man, Tom B. And of course, he didn't do it for the safety of Californians because that's at the bottom of his priority list. Psych, it's not even on the priority list. Our safety means nothing to him. But it's just another thumb in the eye to the whole, from the anti-abortion crowd, a little payback. But he signed a bill, AB 1594, which makes it legal for citizens, the government, and other entities to sue gun manufacturers if they're family members or maybe the person themselves or they survived or whatever. You can sue the gun manufacturers if you're the victim of their favorite word or one of their favorite words, gun violence. So if you get shot, family member gets shot and killed, you can sue the gun manufacturer as if it's their fault that someone used their gun to shoot you or your family member. I'm going to stop right there because we'll get back to that, guys. Also, this is more of the California will not be out-stupideded. Okay? I know New York, you're nipping at our heels with your cigar and your big slice of New York pie. You're nipping at our heels, but you'll never catch California. Remember that video game, Cruising USA? And you would step on the gas pedal twice, and it would like the NOS would kick in, and the front tires would come up. It was like hitting the nitro button. That's what California does when any of your other liberal shithole, third world country-like states, anytime you try to catch California, we hit that pedal. We take our Birkenstock foot and we hit the gas, man. We're out of here. Yeah, we speed ahead of you in the stupid-ass 500. Transphobia is violence. Okay, I know we're not in June anymore, and you took off your ally gear, and you may not be in battle mode like you are from June 1st to 30th, but just know that if you're transphobic, that's equal to violence. So says a Berkeley professor, of course. Of course. If California is a festering wound on America's taint, that skin bridge between your good parts and the shitter, the taint, then Berkeley, California itself is a festering wound, but San Francisco is like the center of the wound where like the maggots are and all the rotted, gangrenous flesh. That's San Francisco. So if that's San Francisco, all right, imagine like this is a butthole, right? So that's what California is. So San Francisco is like dead center of the butthole, right? Where, right there, it's dead center of the butthole, but just barely off to the side of the center of the butthole is Berkeley. Berkeley is like a wart, if you will, on the butthole, which is like California is the butthole, but San Francisco's dead center of the butthole. Berkeley is like the little wart off to the side. And of course, somebody that says the stupid, ignorant, dumb bullshit that this lady says, and we'll get into that, has to be from California. Of course she is. She's from Berkeley. Don't send your kids to Berkeley. What was it? Willie Nelson said, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let your babies grow up to go to school at Berkeley. And, good/bad news. The Bodega worker who stabbed that dude to death in New York because he went behind the counter acting a fool. He stabbed him and killed him. His charges have been dropped. But here's the bad part. That's obviously the good part. Here's the bad part. The woman, in the footage, you can see the woman, the girlfriend of the dude who got killed, she's the one who called him down there. And She, in the midst of everything, during the melee, she takes a pocket knife out of her purse and stabs him like 3 times in the shoulder. She didn't get charged. So he got charged for defending himself. They dropped the charges, but she gets no charges against her for stabbing someone who wasn't assaulting her, wasn't even facing her. Can you stab somebody that's not even facing you? He wasn't even looking at her. She stabbed him, no charges. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's justice. What's New York? Let's see. Oh yeah, here's something that I was pretty sure was bullshit. Turns out, or looks like even more so, it is bullshit. And not me, but you. Yes, she did not get charged. Max Bang, I hope she is. That'd be great. But remember, during June, during Pride Month, during Ally Month, and you better have been an ally too. They caught 30 guys dressed all alike, khakis, boots, like brown boots, matching like blue pullover kind of thing. They all had white masks and beige hats over their head, all wearing the same thing. And they had them all out on their knees, zip tied, but they all kept their masks on and their hats. And one of them even had a bullhorn strapped across him. I'm not a police officer, never have been. Closest I've been on a ride along. But you would think the police would have him remove that in case it could be used as some kind of weapon or something or whatever. You're under arrest. Take this off. You would think you could see their faces. You would think that you could see their faces so you know, like if you're looking at their ID, does this face match this face? Or, I need to see you. But they didn't. They were just all there zip tied with all their gear still on. And the way it was reported, what's up, Mama Babs, sorry. The way it was reported is that they all met up at a motel and somebody saw all 30 of them getting into the back of a U-Haul truck. Like if you're going to cover your face and be all covert about it, why would you let people see you? 30 of you load up into a fucking U-Haul. So some footage came out that disputes what we've been told by the mainstream mediocres. And it just, like I said, I talked about this a little bit before, but you ever seen somebody with where they have an outfit on and they match too much? Like you just got, so let's say they're wearing like red or something, but it's too much red. Red hat, red shirt, red shoes, red. It's just too much. You're matching too much. That's the vibe. Ooh, the vibe. That's the vibe that I got from seeing this footage and these pictures. They just match too much. Unless you're in the military, you ain't gonna be matching that much. It just reeked of bullshit. And these guys were arrested and booked on suspicion of rioting because they had riot shields and all this kind of shit. But unless they catch you rioting, how can they get you for conspiracy to riot? How do you prove that? What does that even mean? But like I said, footage came out. We'll talk about the footage. They just let me further know that it was bullshit. Like, what? Who's believing this? There's some dummies out there. They're believing it. And then a few other things. But before we get into that, we begin each live. Ice cold water, people. We begin each live with a segment I like to call Good Gun. Because all too often, especially lately, we hear about, the gun violence, like that bullshit AB 1594 in California. Gun violence, the gun, it's the gun doing the bad stuff. Well, I guess this gun's doing good stuff because I find stories every day like this one. Love this headline. It says, a woman home with 3 children shoots and kills intruder. What? Mama Bear, get it. San Antonio. A woman who was home with 3 children shot and killed a man who was breaking into her home, police said. The shooting happened Thursday night in San Antonio. Police said the woman had heard someone breaking into her home through a laundry room at the back of the house. The woman grabbed her gun and fired, hitting the man twice in the chest as he tried to break into the main portion of the home. The man, whose identity has not been released, died on his way to the hospital. The woman is not facing charges because of Texas's Castle Doctrine, which allows the use of force against someone forcefully and unlawfully entering a home, place of business, or vehicle. Damn, Texas, how'd you guys get that? Our show would like that here. What I want to know, the most amazing part about that story is how the hell did that woman get 3 kids to safety and enough time to shoot that fool? 3 kids? That's like trying to herd an armful of puppies. They're all going different directions. Or maybe she didn't have time. Maybe she just heard it, went and grabbed her stuff, boom, boom, and the kids are still sitting there, watching TV and eating Kraft mac and cheese. Maybe they didn't even know. Maybe she didn't have time for that, but good for her. And good thing that she had that separate laundry room to hear that and give her time to grab her firearm before he made it inside the house. Lord knows what he would have done to her and those babies. Yeah, Shinobi, she's a keeper. I don't know if she didn't say what she's married or not. I don't know if she isn't. Whoever's fathering those babies, you need to go ahead and put a nice rock on that. And if she is married, you did a good job of making sure your family was prepared for whatever may happen if you're not home. But that's great to hear. Awesome. Because if she didn't have that gun, how would that story have ended? I wouldn't be reading it because it would have been a different kind of story. It wouldn't have been a story about a lawful gun owner using their firearm to protect them and theirs. It would have been a story about some woman being raped and murdered and possibly something happened to her children or something like that. We hear those stories all too often. So, hey, good for you, lady in San Antonio. Get that. That fool picked the wrong damn house, didn't he? He thought, oh, man, I hear those screaming babies in there. I only see one car in the driveway. Shit. This is about to be easy work. No, it ain't. You went up in there with dreams and aspirations of stealing and going to the pawn shop. You left dead. Hunter Biden's crack pipe. Hey, you talk about hot. You think the weather's hot in the summer? No. Hunter Biden's crack pipe is hot. That thing never cools off. When will this country get pissed off enough to overthrow these idiots in the federal government? Great question, Hunter's crack pipe. You see what in Sri Lanka, that's what they did. Sri Lanka's bullshit tank hit full. And that was it. They stormed. You see that? There were thousands of people storming the castle. Literally. It was like their prime minister, their president's residence or whatever, the building. Man, they went up in that bitch and tore it apart. That's a real insurrection. Not this wussy bullshit you're crying about and lying to the American public about 5 nights a week during prime time with the January 6th committee. That's a scam, a sham, a charade. What these people did, that's an insurrection. A needed one. A legitimate insurrection that those people had every right to do. But what happened here on January 6th, shut your ass up. You mean the same January 6th where Donald Steven Seagal Trump fucking karate chopped one of their Secret Service agents and took the wheel from the other one? That's what kind of bullshit we're talking about here. Man, get out of there. Get out of here with that nonsense. MyGreenGear.com, people. New designs that you've never seen, like this t-shirt. MyGreenGear.com, all new stuff coming down the pipe. JerichoGreen.net, $3.99 a month. Exclusive videos. You only find them there. I drop them once a week. Venmo, GreenforGreen. Cashapp is $ Jericho Green, the number 1. Super chats. You know how it works. Look what Hunter Biden's crack pipe did. Do what he did. First come, first serve. P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Yeah, Gladys Kravitz Jr. Yeah, he said it was an erection. Chuck Schumer's. What happened on January 6th was an erection. I think what he meant was it gave him an erection. It wasn't an actual erection. Maybe he don't know what it is. Maybe he hasn't had one in so long, he don't know what the fucking erection is. He's just saying shit. Randy Butler. Thank you very much. Says, hey, Jericho, love the content. Just wondering if you were ever stationed in Norfolk. Norfolk? Don't people in Norfolk say Norfolk? Keep up the great work, brother. No, I wasn't. I was stationed at Earl Naval Weapons Station in Colts Neck, New Jersey. Speaking of this hat, shout out to my man Mello, fan of mine from New York. He designed a bunch of these for me and sent it to me. Very good work. I appreciate it. But the t-shirts and whatnot, those will be, and other hats and shit too, on mygreengear.com. So let's get into it, people. Let's get in that ass like a bike with no seat. Let's see. Him. So, Sandman, as I said before, guys, as soon as he stepped off the plane, the embarrassment began. And he just got there. This is the first country in his tour of the Middle East. He just got there. He's already fucking up. Oh, my goodness. So, our feeble one in chief, he arrived in Israel and moments divine. OMG, Jericho. My mom was president of the Navy League years ago. I went to her installation in the 1990s. Yeah, Sea Cadets was a shit. I was in there for like 4 or 5 years. We got to go on military bases and go out of these cool, like when we went to a military air show at Moffett Airfield one time. So we got to do all this behind the scenes shit. We got to ride in a Marine Corps helicopter, CHU-46, I believe, a long time ago. I think I got that right. But we got to ride in a Marine Corps helicopter from Hollister to San Francisco, and we got to go to these military shooting ranges, and man, all kinds of cool shit. If you got young kids and you think they'll be interested in it, definitely hit up Navy League. That's for the little ones, like 12 to 14, and then Sea Cadets is like 14 or 15 to 18. Great program. And if they stick with it a certain amount of time, if they join the actual military active duty, they get promoted rank right out of boot camp. So instead of being an E1 puke, you are an E2 puke. That happened to me. Got extra money. I was making way more money than the other guys who just got out of boot camp with me. It was beautiful. But our grandpa in chief, he is overseas on his beg for oil tour. He's going to get his red, white, and blue hat, take it off his liver-spotted head, and go from country to country, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and all that shit, begging for oil. But he stopped in Israel, and as soon as he got off the plane, I've never seen one person get touched on the back so much. Like even celebrities, with like the pop stars or whatever, where the throngs of screaming teenage girls passing out and shit. Like Michael Jackson never got touched this much. So this fool gets off the plane. He made it down the stairs safely, guys. He did not fall. I think falling upstairs is his thing, not downstairs. Now, if those stairs were made of a bike, watch out. But he comes down the ACOM ladder. And watching him come down that ladder, we all our asses were like this, and our toes were curled up, clenched, because we knew this fool was going to take a spill. He just came off a long flight. They probably just woke him up. He's disoriented. Probably still got crust in his eyes. He's and the whole world's watching. He's taking a spill, but he didn't. Thankfully. Whew. Like I said, this is his first country. You got more to go. So he makes it to the bottom of the stairs. Then he steps over and he goes, and I quote, "What am I doing now? Like, where do I need to go? What am I doing now?" He might as well have had a plaid shirt, a plaid button-up shirt with long sleeves, and Dockers pulled up to just under his nipples, and orthopedic shoes. Stop putting him in suits. We need to dress Joe Biden how he is. His clothes need to reflect who he is. Orthopedic shoes, his arches are fucked up. Dockers, one of those woven leather belts, a long sleeve plaid shirt pressed. Old man always pressed, looking good. And hike those pants up right here. He should be able to get his wallet like this. That's how he needs to be, because that's who he is. He said, and I quote, "What am I doing now?" And then all these people start ushering him. I never seen so many hands on one person's back. I never seen it. All these people ushering him in his lower back. This way, sir, no, sir, 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 this, sir. All these people with their hands on his back guiding this man. If they did that to Trump, he'd be like, "Hey, get the fuck off of me." They were, sir. Why do you not know? Follow the carpet. Walk to the limo. Walk toward the dudes with the earpieces in. You know, the vehicle with the little American flags waving on the hood? Walk toward that. Or you are the president of the United... Oh, shit. I almost said it. Ooh. Stomach bile. Go wherever the fuck you want. But what do you mean? What am I doing now? You don't know? You guys didn't have a briefing before. See, I told you they woke him up, because if he was awake, they would have talked about this shit before he got off the plane. They woke him up. They went and got that little bag with little clippings of 8-year-old girl's hair, and they waved it in front of his nose like one of them ammonia things where you wake up somebody that got knocked out in a fight. They waved it. He sprung up. He's breakfast already? And then they just took him off the plane, and he's like, fucking, what am I doing now? Who are you people? As soon as he got there, he started embarrassing us. What am I doing now? He didn't know where to go. Look at the footage. 58 people touched his back in 10 seconds. Oh, my goodness gracious. Like my freshman football coach used to say, and I fucking hated him, but he always say, "Jeezo, Bezo." And he'd take his hat off and throw it on the ground when we messed up on a play. "Jeezo, Bezo." Come on, man. What am I doing now? Stavros Sarantopoulos. Whew. I think I got it. Thank you very much for the Hamilton, for the channel. I've been watching since 2020. I'm happy there are patriots out there speaking the truth and revealing our evil politicians. I'm telling you, all of them are a bunch of snidely whiplashes with their curled mustaches. And we're tied to the tracks. People, he was in Israel for 5 minutes. Sir, this way, sir. Just guiding him. Like when you're somewhere with your kids and they're about to go somewhere, get over here. You guide them. Hey, over here. Put them in line right here. Maybe that's what they should do. You know, when you go to the DMV or something, you got to take your picture and you look down, there's like little feet for you to stand in. Maybe they should do that. They should have like a stencil and some spray paint. Wherever he goes, you put the stencil down. Spray paint that shit. Stay ahead of him. It shouldn't be hard. It should not be hard. That's the easiest job in his cabinet, is staying ahead of President Biden's perverters. That's easy. That's easy work. That's like the guys you see doing road work who are standing there leaning on the stop sign. That's easier than that. It's staying ahead of that man. So you stay ahead of him. Spray paint the feet where he's supposed to stand. Sir, don't stand there until it dries. Damn it. Who didn't dry the feet paint? You guys stop me when I'm lying, okay? Stop me when I'm lying, because that's what we're dealing with here. That's the level of senility that we're dealing with. 58 people guided this man where he's supposed to go. They probably got it. There's probably like, I'm surprised, like on all his suit jackets, there just must be a worn out spot like this on his lower back from all the people just guiding him. It's just worn out. Like a trail. So many people have walked on it that you can see it now. So many people have guided this fool by his lower back. There should be a handprint like this worn out in the lower back part of his jacket. Brian Kalish. Thank you very much. What's up, JG? Huge fan of the channel. Got my parents hooked now also. Any plans on taking live calls in the future, you liver-spotted demon? I've thought about it. Maybe I'll do that. I think I want to get to a point where I feel I've mastered the live stream realm. Once I do that, then yeah, sure, I'll do that. That should be even more fun, taking calls from people. And good for you getting your parents hooked. They did something nice for you, raising you and guiding you and protecting you. You did something nice for them, introducing them to me. I think you guys are even. I think you're even with your parents now. Brian King B. Falcon says that was CGI. No way. No way, because at least the CGI version, they can control what that one says. They can make that one talk and speak perfectly and eloquently. It would be good if that was a CGI Biden, because he would know where to go. The real one don't even know where he is. If they said, "Sir, welcome to Disneyland," he would love it. He'd be, "Where are my mouse ears? And put me in a costume so I can get closer to the children." Tell him motherfuckers anywhere. He wouldn't know. He said, "What am I doing now?" When's the last time you asked that as an adult and you're taking a trip somewhere? Frank Belushi, run for governor. Oh, man, I wish I could. I don't know if I have the money to do that. I don't know if I have the money to run for governor in California. But, man, oh, man, what a lovely day that would be. Man, they would probably assassinate me in 15 minutes because I would walk into wherever his office is, downtown Sacramento. I would walk in there and just call a meeting. Everybody, hey, come on in, guys. Everybody. I want everybody in here. Okay? The janitor. I want the guys in the front, the security, my staff, everybody come in here. Okay? All right. Who in this room agreed, or no, who in this room thinks Gavin Newsom was a good governor? All right, raising your hands. Already raising your hand. Okay. Everybody in here with your hand up, take that hand and use it to clean out your desk. Get the fuck out of here. You're gone. I would clean house. Before I could clean the state, I got to clean my staff. Man, they would be gone. I'm not taking no meetings. I'm not cutting no ribbons. I'm not doing shit because I got work to do. California is an emaciated, cracked out piece of shit, and I got to fix it. I ain't doing shit. I ain't meeting nobody. I'm not talking to no bullshit groups and businesses. I got shit to do. And if you think Gavin Newsom was a good governor, peace out. But I don't want to hear shit. Goodbye. What did Chappelle say in that skit to that little kid? Good. Goodbye. Max Bang, thank you for the Hamilton. Criminal big guy. It's transitory. It's transitory. It's temporary. It's not going to get that bad. This isn't going to happen. That's not going to happen. Whoops, it all happened. Sir. Oh, my goodness. I'm surprised he didn't come. All those people touching him, he didn't have an orgasm? What would that look like? Oh, my goodness. Sorry if you were eating. So, moving on to an embarrassment that's closer to home. Gavin, bang your wife, Newsom. What did that slick-haired, fork-tongued son of a bitch do now? I'll tell you what he did. I'll tell you what that little bastard did. Because it's all to prevent gun violence, guys. Gun violence. Get rid of the gun, not the dummy who's pulling the trigger, but it's the gun. Sacramento, California Attorney General Rob Bonta. That's probably like another language for piece of shit. Applauded Governor Newsom's signing of Assembly Bill 1594, continuing California's efforts to enact common sense measures. California's government knows nothing of common sense or the common man. To prevent gun violence. As part of the package of approved legislation, the governor signed AB 1594, sponsored by Attorney General Bonta, The Brady Campaign and authored by Assembly member Philip Ting. Little bitch. There have been more mass shootings in our nation than days in the year, and yet many members of the gun industry continue to use a combination of bullying, exploitation, and fear to rack up profits from the very tools used in these shootings, said Attorney General Banter. There is no reason that the gun industry should be the only industry exempt. What'd you say? There is no reason that the gun industry should be the only industry exempt from responsibility for the harm that its products cause, especially when its products are responsible for the deaths of thousands of Americans each year. That sounds like something else. Damn it, there's another group out there that's exempt from any litigation if their product fails or causes any deaths or illness. What industry is that? In California, we refuse to settle with thoughts and prayers, and innocent lives are lost. As innocent lives are lost, we demand and will deliver urgent action now. I am grateful to the governor for signing AB 1594, which will allow Californians to hold the gun industries accountable for the harm caused by its products. In California, we won't let this industry off the hook. Man, how much you guys paying for gas in California? But we give a shit about this. To the victims, I'm sorry, let me say it. Gavin Newsom said this, so let me be authentic and say it the way he would say it. To the victims of gun violence and their families, California stands with you. The gun industry can no longer hide from the devastating harm their products cause. Our kids, families, and communities deserve streets free of gun violence, and gun makers must be held accountable for their role in this crisis. Nearly every industry is held liable when people are hurt or killed by their products. Guns should be no different. And little Mr. Ting, that little bitch, he says gun violence is now the leading cause of death among kids and teens in the United States, surpassing car accidents. I see no better argument for stronger gun safety legislation. I thank the governor for signing AB 1594, you little sniveling shithead. So if it's now surpassed by cars, why don't you allow people to sue car manufacturers if someone wrecks in their car, even though it's their fault? Why don't you allow people to sue the automobile industry if someone is killed by a drunk driver? Can you sue Hennessy? Can you sue Budweiser? Can you sue any of these companies when their product causes the death or harm to another person or to one of their customers? You think they're maybe trying to make it so gun manufacturers don't want to sell guns in California anymore, so Californians can't get guns? So if they had it their way, if their wet dream, if their communist wet dream came true, and we all gave our guns up, not only do we not want to buy any more guns, but we handed all of our guns over. Here you go, protect us. Give me that veiny, engorged federal or a state teat and let me suckle. I want you to be my protection, my provider. Take care of me. I have no more weapons, no more guns. What's the one group that would still be able to get guns? Not only get guns, I'm talking truckloads of guns, crates of ammunition and tactical gear. Who would be the one group that would still be able to get that shit? The government. It's not about our safety. It's about our damn it. Oh, it's about our submission. That's what it's about. It's not about our safety. It's about our submission. It's about going to them for everything, our education, our housing, our jobs, our protection, everything. Here you go, state government. Take care of me. Plug me into the matrix. That makes no fucking sense. And thankfully, I think there's a court in the land somewhere. It certainly won't be the Ninth Circuit Court that will strike this bullshit down. Matter of fact, there's already a law or something somewhere I was reading about 2005 that says this shit can't happen. But it's attached. The reason they're doing this is because they're piggybacking to this law, I believe. I believe it's a law in Texas. It has to do with abortion. I'm trying to remember what it was. I had an article I was reading about that shit. but it's some kind of law in Texas that has to do with abortions. And they're using this as a precedent to pass this bullshit here in California. Just another way to say, fuck you, or fuck you, pro-choice, or pro-life, I mean. Fuck you, pro-life. We should be able to kill at will. But that makes no sense whatsoever, that you would make it so people could sue gun manufacturers. So what? Now some fools somewhere are gonna hatch a harebrained scheme. Here, I'm gonna shoot you in the leg with this Smith & Wesson, and then we're gonna go sue Smith & Wesson. What do you want to do? Bog them down in so much litigation that they just file for bankruptcy or leave the state altogether and refuse to sell all products here? I think so. Because while they're making it hard for us to get guns, you think Gavin Newsom's security has a tough time getting their hands on firearms? Hell no. Stop that bullshit. Fuck it. I can't stand you, California. Cannonballer 2020. Again, thank you for another Twompsky. Never had an issue with my gun pointing itself at someone or something and firing. Me neither. A few days ago, I had a loaded gun in here during a live stream. Perfect time for me to get taken out to show all of you how dangerous guns are. It didn't happen. It laid right there. Laid right there. Didn't move. Not only did it not hop up and blast me, it didn't move. It just laid there. What's wrong with these people? California, you are just a maggot-infested bag of fucking rancid mayonnaise mixed with diarrhea. That's what California is. And that's being nice. People, friends, American farmers recently warned about coming food shortages. They're not going to be able to grow enough food this year because of off-the-charts fertilizer shortage. So that means you need to stockpile emergency food if you don't have some. Get the recommended minimum of 3 months worth per person in your family. Right now, you can save $150 off a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest preparedness company, proudly offering Ready Hour brand products because they are the very best. Go to preparewithjericho.com and get your $150 savings on their 3-month emergency food kit. This kit provides breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks totaling over 2,000 calories a day. You won't go hungry when you have this food. So go to preparewithjericho.com, save $150 on 3-month emergency food kits. That's preparewithjericho.com. Don't let your family suffer. Act now while there's still time. Go to preparewithjericho.com. mygreengear.com. JerichoGreen.net. Check them out. Venmo is GreenforGreen. Cashapp, $Jericho Green, the number one. Super chats. You see how Cannonballer 2020 did it. Be like her. First come, first serve. P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. Moving on to more dumb shit from California. This comes in the form of some crazy-ass left-wing professor who was being questioned or some kind of hearing or some shit. Uh-oh. Somebody's screaming out there. Somebody got hurt. My wife have to take care of it. I'm not out there. Yeah. Where is this shit? It's really, really terrible. Let's see. I'm going to Google transphobia, which is a stupid fucking word. Phobia means an irrational fear. Who has an irrational fear of trans people? Nobody. Are we sick of hearing from them? Yeah. Are we sick of hearing about them? Yeah. But fear? No. But it's transphobia. If you're scared of them, then it's violence. Irrational. Get the fuck out of here. Why can't I find this shit? Here we go. Right here. So Berkeley professor slams, he slammed him. Josh Hawley as transphobic in Roe v. Wade hearing. Oh, why are we having hearings about this? I thought the Supreme Court gave it back to the people. Listen to this shit.
Capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning. So we can't talk about it.
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies.
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think so.
So you're denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this? Where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good time in my class. You should join.
I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I know.
in this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
What? An entitled, arrogant, I want to drop the C word. Yeah, you should learn something. You might learn something. Yeah, I just want to know. Oh, you. That's right. Lala HK, her ignorance is showing. You have your social justice warrior skirt on and you're leaning over and we can see the tip of your ignorance, you jackass. Actually, I want to know because I'm an upspeaking bitch and I don't get any because no man will get close to me or stay around me long enough to do anything to me because of the way I talk, because I'm an arrogant fucker. Oh, I can't stand that shit. If I was there, I would have paid the nearest woman to me $20 to go slap the shit out of her. Just her fucking smug attitude. Like everybody believes what you're saying. Because you don't recognize Trent. Bitch, do you know what month last month was? What do you mean we don't recognize them? You're recognized. We notice you. We see you. We see too much of you. How you can sit there and fix your ugly fucking mouth to say that no one recognizes trans people. And that equates to violence. Acting like they don't exist? Well, then who was there shaking their ass in front of those kids at story time? Who was that little kid performing in front of his 6 years old in the middle of fucking night at a gay bar? Oh, we see you. We recognize you. We notice you. And of course, she's from a liberal cesspool like Berkeley. How can you sit there and listen to someone say that stupid shit day in and day out and not throw up in your chair? Actually, there's some cis women who can't have babies. There's some cis, just the fact that you use the word cis. Before 5 years ago, I thought cis was something that a woman got on her ovaries. But cis, not cyst, cis means you're straight. Well, then say straight, you bug-eyed jackass. Is her last name Lightfoot? Because you sure look like her. When did this become up for debate? Non-binary people can have babies too? What's a non-binary person? Because you can dress like you're non-binary, but your body says you're still binary. What the fuck has happened to us? What are they trying to do to us? That woman sat up there in an official capacity at some kind of hearing that we shouldn't even be having. How much did that cost? And you're going to sit up there with a straight face and argue that men can have babies? I'm sorry. I know I'm old-fashioned, but see, men make them. We give women the sauce to make the baby. We don't make babies. We don't foster and grow babies inside of us. Women do. Women's bodies are shaped to do that. Their organs move and shit. Their bones are different than ours. They're literally made to do this. But this left-wing kook jackass says that no, men can have babies. No, they fucking can't. And you know it. This ain't Junior. The cat. Are you still in NorCal, Jericho? Yes, I am. You're still in the trenches with the rest of us stuck in the state of confusion that is California. The once golden state. Not anymore. The only gold in this state is golden showers from homeless people pissing on you. That's the golden state. Thank you for the Hamilton, the cat. That's the only gold left in this state is the piss running down the streets of California. Now this is the golden shower state. That's the only gold we have left is the color of homeless people's piss. And because they don't get enough water and nutrients, it's a nice deep gold. The lowly one, thank you very much. I'm trying to decide whether or not she is psychopathic or sociopathic or psychopathic. I think it's a mix of both. What do you call a mix of both? That's what she is. Maybe both. If that's possible. She looks like she's M and K, the ultra kind. Actually, I hate that upspeak. I can't stand that shit. That condescending tone. You are talking down to me? You think that women have penises and you have the nerve to speak down to me? There are 5-year-olds out here that know you're fucking stupid. They know better than that. A good portion of their diet is boogers, and they know better than that. And you got the fucking nerve. You got the fucking nerve to look down your fucking leftist nose at me? Don't worry, sweetheart. When all these trans women start taking real women's jobs and they put your fucking ass out on the street, don't worry, some good conservative will hire your punk ass. I don't know what they'll hire you for. You're only qualified to brainwash young people, so I don't know what kind of job you're going to get, but they'll give you one. Devlin McBain. Exactly. I can't even put into words how ridiculous the nerve. Did you hear the tone in that woman's voice? I wouldn't have blamed that man if he stood up and said, bitch. Actually, transphobia is violence. No, violence is violence. And you think, who the fuck has an irrational fear? Who sees a trans person like, oh, and just falling over themselves? They just trip over the fucking bike rack and can't get away from this trans person walking towards, who? You damn right, Ron Baker. We got 2 drops of anger blood today. Who has an irrational fear of trans people, of the Ku Klux trans? Who? Get out of here with that shit. Actually, water break. Hydrate, people. Delicious. I can't wait to go refill that shit when I get in the house. Oh, here's something I want to talk about too. So, remember, Biden is perverted. The other day, he was giving a speech somewhere, and he was talking about how Roe v. Wade messed up, and there was this 10-year-old girl from Ohio, and she had to drive all the way to Indiana to get an abortion. 10 years old. He said that girl was 10 years old. A little old for my taste. But he kept yelling, 10 years old. Can you bet a 10-year-old girl was raped and she got pregnant? But she had to cross state lines to go get an abortion because of Roe v. Wade. Okay, so good news. The Ohio man who did rape her, 27-year-old, is being charged with rape. He already confessed to it twice, and they're confirming the DNA. They're doing DNA samples, and they're confirming it. So if he confessed twice, that's already enough for me. But he confessed twice, and now you're going to get his DNA. You're going to find his DNA inside of a 10-year-old girl, and we're going to make this motherfucker go to trial? What else do we need to know? You confessed not once, but twice. And we found your DNA inside of a 10-year-old girl. Each of those on their own is enough for us to fire up the wood chipper. All three? And we're going to give you a trial? Why? That's like somebody telling you the end of a movie. Why do you got to watch it now? You already know the end. We're going to put this fool on trial? He's confessed twice and we got your You guys ready? You guys ready for another fucking drop of anger blood? This is how you talk to your kids when you're out in public and you don't want to yell at them. You ready for another drop of anger blood? The man who raped this 10-year-old girl that the president was literally yelling about. He was yelling about this little girl, 10 years old. She had to cross state lines. So apparently she was like a month and a half or something. She was a few days over the limit for an abortion in their state. So she had to go cross state lines to get an abortion. The man who raped her is here illegally. Say that one more time. The man who raped this little girl and got her pregnant is here illegally. So I don't know when this man came over here. I don't know if he came over here recently. But the bottom line is, had our border been secured the way it was supposed to, this fool would not be here. And I heard rumors of him having gotten in trouble for this before. I couldn't substantiate that, but I did find info on this. And that makes it even worse if we had a chance to deport this piece of shit and we didn't. That fool wasn't supposed to be here. This little girl could have been doing little 10-year-old girl stuff. Like my daughter, she's 10. Her and her friends walk down to the store to get some ice cream and walk back and probably have a dance party and act very silly. You don't know silly till you've met a 10-year-old girl and her friends. The decibels are unbelievable. The silliest, craziest shit you've ever seen in your life. That's what this little girl should be doing. But her innocence was stolen because somebody didn't do their job and guard our borders at night. 27 years old. So I got to looking around, I was like, man, you know, some of the countries, just because you come from another country, especially if you come here illegally, you're not just going to cross that invisible line and be like, hey, hand me an American flag and a piece of apple pie. I'm American. No, you're not. You're going to bring that same bullshit with you. And so I've said before that the age of consent in Mexico is 12. And people tell me, no, it's not 12, it's 17. Yeah, until 2015. So as recently as 2015, the age of consent in Mexico was 12. So you can't come from a culture that believes that, cross an imaginary line, and just adopt the culture and the laws and rules and regulations of your new home. That shit ain't gonna happen. Well, what if he came from another country, Jericho? How do you know it was Mexico? It's kind of the same down there. They have the same kind of laws and culture in that area of the world. And you're not just going to come up here and I'm brand new. That human piece of garbage is illegal. He's not supposed to be here. 10 years old. He thought it was okay. He confessed twice. They're about to get his DNA match, and they want to send this fool to trial? Who's paying for that trial? Who's paying for the trial? Not them. We are. We are going to pay to watch a movie we already know how it ends. That shit is terrible. Ohio, I don't know how I know they recently became a constitutional carry state. So I hope you got some backbone left. I hope some more of that backbone reflects itself in your laws and you punish this fool worse than anybody who's ever been punished in the history of America. I hope the other 49 states look at Ohio and go, damn, Ohio's not playing. Mama Babs, I don't know if the kid was illegal or not. I don't know. But I know the perpetrator was. Rachel S. Face the wall. I respect your sentiment, but I want something medieval, something before the Industrial Revolution, something before firearms. I need something brutal, savage, ancient, something involving rusty metal. You know what I mean? Like it's got to get bad. It's got to get as bad as what they do. The punishment needs to reflect the crime. If you did some heinous, horrible, unthinkable shit, guess what? We got some heinous, horrible, unthinkable shit for you too. Well-regulated militia of one still under oath. Thank you, sir, and I respect the beard game. Yakum flavor, that you can go ahead and put that up there with fire being hot. Hunter Biden loves crack. He does. Do anything for it. Anyone for it. Well, he doesn't have to because his dad. Anyway, can you believe that shit? We're probably paying for his crack now. If it's coming from his dad, it's coming from us. His dad's never had a job in the private sector. He's never made his own money. So we are buying Hunter Biden crack. Roman candle, Reverend Jim Jones, I like that, but can we shove that Roman candle somewhere first and then set it off? Top or bottom, shove it in their mouth, up their ass, in their ear. Get creative. All of them. Let's plug them. Let's make them airtight with Roman candles. And then we get members of the family. You each get a lighter, sponsored by, and then light them. See what happens. Wouldn't that be crazy? Mark Jason Walker, waterboarding. I like that. Mark Jason Walker, but how about we waterboard with horse piss? How about that? We let the horse piss sit in, you know how they make kimchi? They just put the seasoning and shit on the cabbage and put it like a clay pot, let it sit out in the sun forever. Let's do that with horse piss. Take some horse piss, that frothy piss, and got a head like some beer on it, and put the horse piss in there. Let it sit out in some clay pots for a couple of days, so when you take the lid off, you know what I mean? Flies won't even land on that. And then let's waterboard them with that. I'm down. Mix a little old with the new. I'm sure, well, waterboarding's probably been around for a long time, but it's definitely gotten a resurgence in recent times, you know, with the terrorists and all that, the interrogations. Josh Jackson, dog piss. All right, dog and horse piss. How about that? Ron Baker, flamethrower. I like where you're going with that. But also, like the Roman candles, can we stick it somewhere first? None your business. Good slow poisoning. I like that. Prolonged, devastating. I like where you're going with this. Luciano, impaled. All right. I like it. Very old school. Vlad the Impaler. You're taking it way back. Don Zuckschwert. I think I said that right. Jericho, nail his peeper to his stump and light a fire and give him a dull butter knife. Sure. Maybe a broken light bulb. Sponsored by GE. Let's make some money out of this. Give it to the families. I mean, there's a lot of fun things we can do. Drowning is a good one, where you nail him to a post and low tide and it slowly, please, no. All right, I'm sorry. See you. Right? I mean, a lot of fun we can have. Yes, Rachel S., we pay for Hunter's lifestyle. That's right. So the hookers he's squirting on and the crack he's smoking, we pay for all that. So does he owe us now? You owe me, Hunter. Hey, you know what? Call it even. I want you to live stream yourself opening the contents of your laptop. We'll call it even. Thomas Payton. I like that. Bamboo shoots under the nails. Owie. Very Vietnam era of you. I like that. Necklacing, Scott George. That sounds fun. I don't know exactly what that is, but sounds interesting. Arthur Unwin, fire ants up his ass. I like that. Maybe we'll put a little sugar honey in there, give him some incentive. Trevor Washington, use him as a dartboard. Okay, I like that, but let's use lawn darts, big ones. Okay, like a piñata. We blindfold you, turn you around 3 times, and you throw it. You might hit him in the cheek, fucking eye. You never know. We can make an afternoon of it. It used to be that way. Public executions used to be an event. Vendors, families would be out there because it was a lesson to the kids. It was a deterrent and to the general public. Don't fuck around. Lori Peel, put him in prison with someone named Bubba. Okay, Lori, I see you, Bubba. I see your Bubba. And I raise you a Costco-sized bottle of Viagra. How about that? So Bubba can just Energizer Bunny that ass. Just keep going and going. And I know. That girl probably wanted you to stop too. But we can't do that. Ooh, Tom Baldwin, a rectal strip. I don't know what that is, but it sounds painful. Maybe throw some spikes in there. Huh? Oh, remember they used to hang people upside down. Just hang them upside down, take a saw, get them long ways. A lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun to be had. But that's what he deserves. You gonna do that to a child? Come on, dog. We gotta make an example of you. We gotta make a fucking example of you. We need to make other criminals that see what happens to you. We need to make them puke. They see what we do to you and they just fucking lose it and throw up. That's what needs to happen. Phase Superman. Put him in a pit filled with hungry crocodiles. Crocky, mate. Look at the size of that pigger. Good idea. But Phase Superman, how about we just put him in a pit with one crocodile? I feel like multiple crocodiles would take him apart too easily. I mean, you get 5-10 crocodiles, one dude, they'll tear his ass apart in seconds. But you get one crocodile, like an adolescent one that's not too big, like it can't fucking kill you, but you can definitely take off a limb. Now we can get some hours out of it. Decker 313, thank you for the twomp. Let's go, Brandon. Exactly. Flayed alive. That's right. Mimo 2526. I mean, yeah, we could do that, but not too sharp. The tools can't be too sharp. You need longevity is what we're trying to get out of this. Russian roulette, yes, but with the pellet gun. How about that? Lala HK says, while serving them the Fauci ouchie. That might take him out quicker. Oh, man. Nikki Chatsy says, pull nails and teeth. Yes, but with a Fisher-Price tool, like one of them tools you get for your little son. These little plastic ones, because real ones, them come out too quick. The plastic ones, you can really maybe put your foot on their face and really get the Really get that yanking on it. Well, I guess we got our death squad together. Oh, you guys, we'll get you on the team. Knock this shit out. Cuban being. I like to play on words. Tie them to a chair. Let the families have them. That's a great idea too. Give them like a little. Take one of them aluminum trash cans and put like various things with handles in there. Bat, hockey stick, shit like that. Let them get creative. Ghost of Josie Wales. I am not a taco. It depends on who you ask. If you ask Joe Biden, yes, you are. Wasn't that weird? Si se puede. Remember she said that? Look, man. If you're going to send somebody out there who don't speak no damn Spanish on a regular basis, give them some easy shit. Why'd you send her out there saying si se puede? We should have sent her out there saying, ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Dónde está el baño? Like some easy shit. Some day one Rosetta Stone shit. Not si se puede. That's too much for her. Who did that to her? Si se puede. Are you fucking... Is Elmer Fudd teaching Spanish? Well, si se puede. Oh my goodness, woman. Yeah, she compared Mexican people to breakfast tacos. I mean, look, man. You can't expect a lot from these fucking people. All right? How is she supposed to brush up on her speech and make sure that her husband does not stick a spoon in the socket? She can't do both. You can't do two things equally. Something is going to suffer. It looks like her Spanish suffered. Because she probably had to run across the room and keep that fool from sticking something metal in the damn wall socket. Cut her some slack, people. Si se puede. Oh, man, are we in fucking trouble. You see who's running this bitch? It's all right, Grand Champ Pros. Important thing is that you got here. It's water under the bridge. Don't worry about it. The important thing is that you're here now. So, like we said, guys, a little good news. That's always a good thing. So the bodega worker, last week, something like that, he remembered the story of some woman came down there and I got it confused. I said that the little girl went down there and then went and got her dad. No, what happened was the lady was trying to buy some chips for the little girl who was there with her. The EBT card got declined. Allegedly, the guy snatched the chips back from her. She runs and gets her baby daddy, gets her boo. He comes down there, runs behind the counter, and gets shanked up. So right away, they arrest the bodega worker and charge him with second-degree murder and throw him in Rikers Island. Then, so a few days went by, and apparently they dropped the charges against him. So he's not facing second-degree murder. And yeah, hold on a second. That's right, Tom Baldwin. He was 61 years old. And this wild-ass Thundercat, this convicted violent felon, came around the corner. Now imagine the shit that this bodega worker sees having a bodega in Harlem. Imagine what he sees and what he hears on a daily basis. Because you could tell he didn't waste much time. Well, first when the guy went behind the counter, he pushed him against the wall. The guy tried to get up. He blocked his way. That's when he grabbed the knife and got to work on him. So this fool dies. Probably looked like he died on the scene. But this fool dies. While he's stabbing the dude, fighting for his life, the woman who had the fucking EBT card with not enough money on it to buy a bag of chips. Why are there two of you in a household and you don't have enough money to buy a bag of chips? Why are you on the state dime? Take care of your fucking family. Anyway, while her baby daddy is getting stabbed up, she takes a pocket knife out of her purse and stabs the bodega worker. She is not being charged. Why? Is it because she's reeling from the death of her baby daddy? I doubt it. Is it because she's a woman of color? That's more likely. But why has that woman not been charged and that man was immediately Is that a new thing in New York? You're allowed to stab people for no reason? I know New York's bad, but damn. So if you walk up to somebody and they're facing the other direction, you can just take your pocket knife out and give them 3 to the shoulder? The shit was on tape. This ain't hearsay from bystanders. This didn't come from the bodega worker trying to save his ass. It's on tape. She stabbed that man. Now, what if he feared for his life further? I don't even know if he even felt it. But what if he feared for his life even more and stabbed her? Now that 10-year-old who wanted the chips don't have mommy or daddy. And is this fucked up to say that that girl would probably be in a better situation if she didn't have both of those jackasses trying to raise her into being a jackass just like them? Why is that woman not charged? You can't stab people for nothing. Man, I don't fucking. And what is it? What message does that send out? Ladies, I bet you if that was a man, his ass would have got arrested with the bodega worker. If that was a man, his ass would have got arrested. Why not her? Oh, someone needs to be there to take care of the kid. Yeah, now all of a sudden the city cares about the conditions of this kid. Fuck out of here. Let's see, what does Danny Liu have to say about this? Danny Liu. He shouldn't have been charged at all. They should have given him a medal. It was obviously self-defense. Yeah, obviously. You come around the corner, around the counter, and you push me, and you block my way. And I've never heard it with any sound. I don't know what this guy was saying. Could have been threatening him. It's on tape, 1080p. Kenneth Jackson, Jericho Green, are you originally from California? Well, I was born at Hines County General Hospital in Jackson, Mississippi, November 9th, 1980, 5:46 p.m. If you think back, you probably remember like an earthquake happening, like something happened in the universe. That was me. I was getting here. So technically I was born there, but then my mom and dad moved out to California like 4 months after that. So originally, you mean like original, like out the womb original? No, I'm not originally from California, but pretty much my entire life, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, Butch Brady stretching. Yeah, the rack. That's a good one. Drawing quarter, anybody? Mike Griffith, 689 watching, 616 thumbs up. YouTube censors are not earning their money. You damn right. Hit them thumbs up. Share. Like and share. That's for sure. But yeah, that's just that's horrible. That's a horrible, horrible thing. But I want to finish with this. So apparently, Starbucks is closing locations, and even crazier, 7-Eleven is changing its hours. Everybody knows that 7-Eleven is open 24 hours so much that, like, you hear it in songs, open like I stay open like 7-Eleven. That's like a Xerox thing. 7-Eleven is open all the time. Not anymore. You mean shit is so bad that 7-Eleven is closing? Man, that is horrible. That's indicative of so much. 7-Eleven can't? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Starbucks. Going to Starbs. Let's see. Ooh, this is coming from CNN, so you know it's going to be truthful. But before I do that, La Duty Incarnate. Thank you very much. Incarnate, excuse me. Thank you very much for that. I got ideas. Judah's Cradle. Breaking Wheel. I know what the Breaking Wheel is. That's a good one. Brazen Bull. That's a good one. Also, here's 21. Oh, here's 2 I came up with. There we go. Human Pinata. I like that. Maybe with a spike bat. And turkey tracing using a welding rod and machine. Hey, These are all good ideas. And you know what? They're all such good ideas that we should try all of them. Trial and error, right? That's how you find out what the best one is. Starbucks closes 16 stores citing personal safety concerns. I wonder if that Starbucks in Yuba City that the guy went to and it was jacking off nude on the floor with 3 items shoved up his ass while he solicits children for oral sex. I wonder if they're going to close. That'd be a good reason to close. New York, Starbucks is planning to close 16 locations across various cities, citing safety concerns. After careful consideration, we are closing some stores and locations that have experienced a high volume of challenging incidents that make it unsafe to continue to operate. Challenging. Homeless people jacking off in the bathroom and shitting in the middle of our show floor. That's challenging. The stores are in. Yes. Swallow all your beverages and swallow your food because I don't want you to spit this shit out when I tell you where these Starbuckses are. The stores are in Seattle, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Portland, Oregon. So let's see. Yes, Grand Champ Pros, your coffee. The stores are in Seattle, Los Angeles, Philly, Washington State, Washington, D.C., and Portland, Oregon. What do they have in common? Let's see. 1, 2, 3 of the 5 are on the left coast. What do they all have in common? They are all Democrat-run violent shitholes. Every single one of them. Those are all Democrat-run, violent, war zone shitholes. All of those cities are the equivalent of your toilet backing up in your bathroom and raw shit and piss getting on your bathroom floor. That's what these cities are. Every single one of them. Imagine that. So weak-ass DAs that don't want to prosecute and all these criminal-friendly laws. In Portland, isn't that where they had the autonomous zone where they just said fuck it to downtown and let a bunch of dirty feet hippies take that shit over? So when you let the criminals reign, you can't conduct business there. Guys, consider your minds blown. So when there's too much violence and bad behavior in an area, people don't want to come there and pay for your product. Holy shit. Of course there are places like that. So let's see. 7-Eleven closing time. Does 7-Eleven have a closing time? Let's see. 7-Eleven stores across LA encouraged to close following deadly robberies. Following multiple robberies, including some that ended in bloodshed, 7-Eleven franchises across Los Angeles, again, you remember Los Angeles was in the last story, closing Starbucks. The 7-Eleven franchises across Los Angeles were encouraged to close Monday night. The motivation to close up for the evening came from 7-Eleven's corporate leadership and communicated through a statement provided by KTLA. The statement reads, "Our hearts are with the victims and their loved ones. We are gathering information on this terrible tragedy and working with local law enforcement. Right now, our focus is on franchise, associate, and customer safety. With that in mind, we have encouraged stores in the Los Angeles area to close tonight." So if these businesses start closing down, because the closing early is preempting the closing for good. So if you're closing all these businesses, where are all these people going to work? You're just going to call them, "Hey, we closed your job. Your job is closed. You have nowhere to go." Where are they supposed to go work? What about them? Why don't you pay for security to make your stores safe so they can stay open and people can keep their jobs? How about that? I don't know. I'm just thinking. Just taxpayer over here. La Duty Incarnate, thank you again. Did you hear of Japan's ex-prime minister Shinzo Abe's assassination? Yes, I did. The guy used an improvised gun from hardware store materials. Gun laws didn't stop it. Yeah, they have some of the strictest gun laws in the world. And it did not stop it. You can see it was laying on the ground after they tackled the guy. It's like a bunch of electrical tape, a couple barrels of like a homemade shotgun. It was effective. So that tells you evil is going to evil, no matter what you do. So you might as well arm us. Can we be armed? The ones that they're going to exercise this evil on? I don't know. Cuban Being, thank you again. Escape from New York and Escape from LA were prophetic movies. Yeah, they were just like The Simpsons, telling the future. Don't worry, I'll be the hell out of here before California turns into that. Fuck that. It's on its way. On its way. Damn, 7-Eleven closing early. Shit, I never thought I'd live to see that day. Starbucks good. Fuck Starbucks. I wouldn't care if they all closed. But that would suck for the employees, who depend on those jobs. But instead of taking care of the problem, you just make it harder on the person who's not causing the problem. Good job. Maybe beef up security. Maybe get the mayors of these shit stains. If America is underwear, is a clean pair of tidy whities, these cities and states are shit stains, even with a couple pieces of corn and peanuts in there. So why don't you talk to these fucking dummies about, funding the police more, getting more officers? What do they need to do that? Or hiring private security? Why fuck it up for the customers and the employees? Why don't you make it hard on the criminals? Why don't you fuck it up for them? No, just spitballing. Just saying. Hershey Mason, 100. Thank you. If you're from Texas, please vote Abbott in November. Beto O'Rourke will make Texas Chinafornia. Oh, it'll be worse. It'll be worse than California if that's possible. Nah, that's not possible. Never mind. It won't make it worse. But you already got a California satellite office in Austin. That's what Austin is. So part of it's already like that. But yeah, who the fuck is voting? If you cast a vote for Beto O'Rourke, you need to go straight to a doctor's office and get a CT scan to make sure your brain isn't all fucked up. Beto O'Rourke. Hell yeah, we're going to take your AR-15s and your AK-47s. That's what he said. Guys, you're beautiful. It's another live stream in the books. You were great. I was great. Yeah, you're right, Ghost of Josie Wales. It was play. You were great. I was great. We were great, people. We're so damn great. We're going to be here tomorrow and do the same damn thing. Let's see what silly shit happens overnight, huh? 1 p.m. PST every damn day except Sunday. I do take Sundays off, but Monday through Saturday, right here. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.